I should really call this Living Chronicles, or Living Room Chronicles with Taylor. I'm still trying to figure it out, so bear with me. Right now, where I'm at in my life, I am learning to trust God and just trust the flow of life, and not to focus so much on perfection and procrastination, and to just trust it and just do it. Just do it like Nike. In the process of healing, I'm learning when to step away from work, step away from a person, a situation. It's really hard, because when you struggle with loyalty and having a genuine, pure heart, when you try to do right by people and try to stick to your word, it's hard to step away from a situation. This is why it's so important to prioritize God and prioritize yourself first and foremost in your life. Because in this season of healing, because I'm starting to understand, there are many different seasons of healing in your life, many different seasons where you're learning different lessons and stuff like that. I must say, in this season of healing for myself has been special for me, because during this season of healing, I actually stayed committed to my faith, and stayed in connection with God. Because in previous seasons of healing, how you really get tired and you feel like giving up. You're just I'm sick of this shit. I'm not praying, forget all of this. I don't, God is not listening to me. I'm not getting anywhere. Nothing is changing. And I honestly, struggle with wanting to give up. But in this particular season, I must say, I stay committed to speaking my affirmations, journaling, meditating, doing a bit of yoga every now and then. I stayed committed to trusting God. Even when I didn't feel like praying, or even when I didn't feel like journaling, even if I just opened up my journal and just wrote, God, please help me. I stayed committed to practicing those spiritual principles, learning how to get out of that concept of, God, why me? Why me? Why does this keep happening to me? It's because God trusts you. And I had to start to understand that privilege, and that's crazy, because my younger brother's father, told me a long time ago in the car, and it's crazy, I'll never forget it. And he said, God trusts you. And of course, you don't grasp certain things when it's being said to you, until that time come and you be like, wow, you go through certain things because God knows that, you have the faith to overcome those things. You have the faith to overcome that, so you can help someone. Because I was talking to someone else recently too, and she was going through a hard time, and she said, it's not about me, it's about, me helping someone. And I was like, and she kept saying that throughout the conversation, and I was like, what, me going through what I'm going through right now, at the end of the day, what I'm going through is my testimony to help somebody else in their testimony. And it's you really do have to get out this arrogant mindset of this poor me, or this why me. Don't get me wrong, the crown is very heavy. It's very hard, and it's very challenging to always look at the upside of a situation, or always be optimistic, or always look for the purpose and the reason behind something. And that's why I'm learning to just get into the, how can I say it? It's like learning how to get into like the flow of life. Like not trying to question it, but just trusting it. This is why trust is so important in the process of healing, because trusting is where your peace comes from. Like your peace comes from letting go and surrendering and trusting that God has my best interest. Like if I have my best interest, because please make no mistake about it, God cannot do a good work in you without you doing the work in yourself. And I truly honestly believe that like God cannot move in your life if you're not willing to work with him. Like you have to be an active participant with God. Like this is why this is a partnership. Don't get me wrong, like God's grace and God's mercy is still active, during those times in my life where I wasn't the best, and I wasn't willing to do the work or give like 100%. I'm still grateful for God's grace and for God's mercy. I'm also grateful for the grace that I give myself, to, and I'm not trying to prophesize or anything like that. I'm just really speaking from experience and speaking from my heart. I'm actually very nervous. I'm very nervous, but I'm trusting. This is about trust. You know what? Let me not do that, because I do be prophesizing over my life. I do. That's why I speak affirmations and I speak prosperity and I speak abundance over my life. It's like you really have to get out that negative talk of, I'm not this person, or I'm not worthy enough to say this, or I'm not worthy enough to speak on this. Worthy of speaking on this. I'm worthy of speaking from my heart. Like I'm worthy of love and respect. I'm worthy. I'm just worthy. I'm just worthy. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. And I'm telling everybody. Let me tell you, Beyonce. See, this is why I've always been in connection with Beyonce. If none of you didn't know, I love Beyonce before everybody else started loving her. Yes, I said it, okay? Because when I was in high school, I used to, decorate your binder, all the pictures and stuff like that. And I would decorate my binder with Beyonce pictures, a lot of Beyonce pictures. And the girls at my school, I went to Western High School in Baltimore City. And the girls would be like, why you like her so much? Like, she's so stuck up. And this is when she was more so kind of with Destiny's Child and branching out on her own. I was like, why you like her so much? Like, she's so stuck up and da-da-da-da-da-da. Them same girls that used to come at me and didn't like me because I like Beyonce are the same girls that like Beyonce now. So, I mean, I'm always, I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I'm just stating facts. I'm not hating. I want Beyonce fan base to grow always, I want people to, see what I've always seen in her. So I'm not hating. I'm just saying. The whole point of that was Beyonce's new song, Break My Soul, was definitely needed. Like, if you haven't had a chance to listen to her new song, like, that song really had me vibrating on a whole different level today. And it gave me reassurance that, I'm still on the right path. That God is going to honor my faithfulness. God always honors your sacrifice. So I'm always grateful for music, because it puts me in that spiritual connection of peace. It grounds me. It always grounds me. all a part of the process of healing. And this is why you have to be, and I'm gonna say me. Let me speak on me. This is why I have to be more selective when it comes to music, when it comes to food, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to family, when it comes to even selective in my thoughts. Like, you have to be selective in what you're feeding yourself through this healing process. You have to be, like, when it comes to down to like different TV shows, different like movies and stuff, because man, yeah, because you see, I can be very, like, when I'm in connection with God and with my spirit, I can become like overly, sensitive. You're absorbing all of that energy. And I'm not saying, overwhelm yourself. I'm not saying be so strict on yourself, or be so hard on yourself. You just have to, try your best to, pay attention. Today at work was a terrible morning for me, and I really had to step away. And it's like I had to give myself the grace to say it's okay to step away from work today. Like, I had to log out today. And of course, when I stepped away from my computer, I was like, I want to drink. Like, I really want to go to the liquor store. I want to drink, or I want to, like, get me, like, some soul food or something. Like, I want some chicken with some hot sauce. Like, I want to do all these things to, like, eat my stress away. And I'm so grateful that I took a moment of stillness and really connected with God, and was like, God, please give me the ability to not, react right now. Like, give me the ability to, not. I didn't really want the temporary fix. I didn't want that temporary, feeling of, I didn't want the temporary feeling. You have to be so patient with yourself through your healing journey. Whether that's physically healing, spiritually healing, emotionally healing, mentally healing. Like, you really have to give yourself the ultimate patience. Like, the way God gives you patience, like, you have to give yourself that same patience. Like, you really do. This is not to make excuses for wrong behaviors or for lashing out. Like, through this healing journey, we taking accountability over here. Like, we self-reflecting over here. Like, we righting our wrongs over here. Like, we not making excuses on this healing journey. We're not giving people certain passes on this healing journey. I was watching Pretty Boss TV. If you don't know Pretty Boss TV, look her up on YouTube. Rocks with Pretty Boss TV. She said, she was talking about the difference between being nice and being kind. And I'm going to just kind of paraphrase what she was saying. She was saying, nice is being stupid. It's better to be kind, because when you are kind, you're still being respectful, but you still are setting boundaries. You still have boundaries in place where, I'm not going to let nobody play with me. I'm not going to be rude and disrespectful to you. I'm going to try my best not to. But I'm gonna stand in my rightful place. It's extremely hard to be a good person right now in this world. It's extremely hard to be a good person. It's like good people really have to learn how to rest. Like, it's okay to rest. Like, it's okay to not be strong for a couple of days. It's like you really have to feel your feelings. That's why the word feel is in feelings. Like, you really actually have to feel them. Like, you can't, always try to numb yourself. You can't run away from your feelings. Like, the root word in there is feel. So it's like you really do have to feel your feelings. And then after that, you really have to let it go. Like, you have to trust God enough, and you have to trust yourself enough to know that I can let go. Like, I have the ability to let go. I have the ability to move on. I have the ability to get through this. Like, you have to give yourself credit in your ability. I don't want to be rambling, because I can go on and on and on. Like, I love having conversations, but that's just a little bit of what I've been reflecting on and going through in my healing journey. And when God gives me the courage, even though I'm a little bit shy, yeah, I need you to speak on this. When I get that, what's the word I'm looking for? When I get that, like, fire in my spirit to share, I want to be able to, move on demand, with my spirit. And so that's why I felt led to share. Other thing I have to share is that it's okay to be influenced by people. It's okay to be inspired by others. And it's okay to research. It's okay to, get suggestions from people, get, certain advice and things like that. But eventually on your journey, you have to be the face of your own movement. And when I say that, I mean, at some point you got to stop looking at what everybody else is doing. Like, you got to step away from social media, from Instagram, even from YouTube. Like, you really have to focus on how you can get caught up in, oh, they did it this way, or she said, you can't do it that way, or that's not going to work, or you got to do it this way, or he said this, and it's all in this he and she and they and all of them, and all of them said do this. That's going to get you caught up. First and foremost, it's going to get you caught up in validation and acceptance. And it's like, in the process of healing, and in the process of fulfilling your purpose and your dream, and I know a lot of you may have heard this before, but I'm just reiterating, you just really have to do you have to be confident in knowing that what God placed inside your heart, like, only you can do it the way you do it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, only, like, I gotta do it. That's why I'm grateful that I'm learning how to be secure in who I am and what I do, because the journey is specific to you for a reason. It's specific to me for a reason, because only I can carry it out the way that it needs to be carried out. I think I got all of that out. No, but thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting me. I do pray that the message is received well.